Glad you could make the trip. We have some original pieces that you might find very interesting.
I'm looking forward to seeing what you have.
I think you'll be pleasantly surprised.
I hope so.
Miss Duval, I'm sure we have something here that takes your fancy. 15th century cup of Buddha.
No, I've never been partial to religious artifacts.
Oh, I have many more items on sale. Over here, vases. This one dating from the Tang dynasty.
It looks 8th century.
Well, surely you'd be interested in this. This armchair dates back from the Ming dynasty, once used by the emperor himself.
How do I know this is real and not just used furniture?
Madame, take a look around. These are some of the most valuable artifacts in the hemisphere.
Good. I'll take the lot.
Excellent. When can I have the money?
No, I said I'll take them.
I don't know who you've done business with before, but...
The same person you have. This art belongs to my husband, and you just stole it from him.
Stop, please! They're priceless! It's you. You're her, aren't you? Your men have been spreading nasty rumors about you. Saying how you made yourself a widow.
Oh, who said these things? You? I never liked him. Any last words, Mr. Banning?
Well, you'd be a fool to kill me.
Oh, how do you figure?
Well, you said it yourself. I stole this stuff from your husband, and, well, he got it from my employer. But anybody who's clever enough to steal from Gunter is surely worth a second chance.
Okay. Now here's the second chance. Here's the deal. This art belongs to my husband, now it's mine. I could use someone with your style.
So what's in it for me?
Well, you get to live. Is that a problem?
No, not a problem.
Good. I think I'm a man short. Have you got the stomach for it?
Yes, boss.
Perfect. We're ready. We are bound for Tahiti. I have a very important engagement. One more thing, Mr. Banning. Don't make me feel sorry I did this. Relax, Banning. We're going to have a great time. Aren't we, boys?
Yeah. Just this one.
I had no idea you were such a good cook.
Thank you very much.
You must have worked all day long to prepare this.
It was Nothing.
David? Did you make it?
Well, that depends on your definition of make. You see, I was very specific with my instructions.
Your instructions?
Yes, I explained to the cook that the chicken had to be golden brown, but still yet very moist. That's the way I like it.
Maybe I'm having dinner with the wrong man then.
Ah, well, I did pick the wine, and the flowers, and the company.
So you did.
You don't think any less of me for telling me, do you?
I'd rather know the truth than fall for the fantasy. Besides, it's not really about food. You know, I can't tell you how much I appreciate this, David. Everything you've done for me.
You make it easy.
I'd almost forgotten what it was like to have a real friend.
Friend. Yes, friend.
Kurt was very jealous. If I even looked at another man, he had quite a temper. It didn't take me long to learn.
Are you saying he hit you?
Sometimes all it took was the wrong word to set him off.
And still you defend him?
He was my husband. Besides,
Jenny.
it's so beautiful here. Not like any other place I've seen before.
Yes, it is beautiful. Why are you changing the subject?
I'm not a very good person, David. How can I be if there's a part of me that's relieved Kurt's dead? I didn't admit that to anyone before.
You have nothing to be ashamed of. No man has the right to strike a woman.
I didn't know they made men like you. I can't. Don't hate me for that.
No, of course not. Perhaps I just misunderstood you.
No, it's just that so much happened, you know. It's all mixed up in my head. What I want to feel, what I should feel is...
Oh, I understand.
You do?
Lavinia, has Terry Mel been in?
I haven't seen him for days.
He was supposed to give me a line on some used pulleys. I gave him 10 francs up front. The guy's disappeared on me.
He'll show up. He always does.
Where's David?
We tried the Rattler. I hear he's entertaining his lady friend there. My guess is they're probably on dessert. It's a good thing he didn't ask me to prepare it for him.
Typical. I'm running all over Tahiti looking for spare parts, and he's whining and dining. So, this is okay with you?
I better be, or at least get used to it. David and I moved on with our lives, Mauriri, although David a little bit more noticeably.
Yeah, well, David's head is more easily turned by a pretty face. You have higher standards.
Jenny's all right, though.
I suppose. She's certainly got him wrapped around her finger.
I've always wanted to be the sort of woman men fall over themselves helping across the street.
Oh, come on, Lavinia, you'd hate that.
Wow. I guess we'll never know, will we? See, I can't even pretend to know.
Good evening.
How are you, Jenny?
Fine, and you?
Good, thanks.
Lavinia, I just heard there was a new shipment of lace coming in from Belgium. Do you know when it's due?
Thursday, I believe. Not that I wear much lace.
You don't need to. I would love to be able to figure out how to wear a sarong and look as good as you do in one.
Me?
She's modest, too. Of course, you. There's no man's head that doesn't turn when you walk into a room. If you weren't so nice, I could easily hate you.
Would you like a drink?
No, I'm exhausted. I'll go up to my room. Good night.
Good night.
Sleep well.
Colin, you look 100% improved.
Thank you. Some days are better than others.
You're going to need all your strength for the interview.
What interview?
Local reverend saves lives of hijacked passengers. That's the working headline for the article I'm writing about you.
Me?
Of course. You're the hero of the piece. After your 3-day ordeal in a lifeboat, you deserve nothing less.
David Grief saved those people. He's the one you should write about.
I spoke to the other survivors, and they told me how you gave them your water, held them all together. They seem to think that they might not have survived if it hadn't been for you.
This is silly.
Colin, you're just being modest.
Claire, I'm sorry, but I can't.
But you're the inspiration. You're the heart of it. Without you, it's just a dry old news item.
Claire, I haven't got the strength to argue with you.
I don't understand.
If you're looking for heroes, I'm afraid you'll have to look elsewhere.
I have to get back to work. I'm sorry to have bothered you.
Excuse me. You are Kurt Gunter's widow, aren't you?
Yes, I am. Do I know you?
Richard Vanning, personal secretary to Sir William Cochrane.
I'm sorry, but
Sir William is a well-known collector of rare art and antiques. Perhaps this will jog your memory.
Just state your business.
oh, this is my good friend, Captain Grief.
Sir William had a contract with the late Captain Gunter. He was supposed to deliver some very valuable art to his estate on Macau. He failed to deliver. He's in violation of the agreement.
And you might want to arrange a seance and discuss it with him now. If you'll excuse us.
Her husband accepted a large deposit from my employer, which was never returned. I'm here to collect that deposit.
I'm afraid that when Captain Gunter died, your contract died with him.
I'm afraid not. This signature belongs to Sir William. This is the late captain's signature, and this one belongs to the lady. This is your signature, is it not?
My husband asked me to sign a lot of papers. I didn't question him.
Perhaps you should have. When you signed this contract, you became legally responsible for the delivery.
I don't know anything about that art.
Then you must pay back the deposit. 5,000 francs.
5,000 francs.
I don't have that money. If my husband did, he never shared it with me.
I don't know what kind of scam you two are running, but I aim to have the deposit back, and soon.
The lady has made it quite clear that she doesn't have your money. So why don't you go back to your boss and tell him? He should have known better than to do business with someone like Gunter.
The contract is compliant in German and French law. I've already spoken with the German consul. If she's not good for it, we'll issue a warrant for her arrest.
Spitzer wouldn't do that, would he?
Can and he will. So I suggest you pay the deposit unless you wish to spend the next 10 years of your life in a debtor's prison. Good day.
Jenny?
This is so humiliating. I mean, how could it happen? There was no record of it in Gunter's papers.
Well, if history is any indication, I'm guessing he sold it and stashed the money.
It certainly wasn't in any accountings I saw. Where am I supposed to find that kind of money?
There is another way to approach this. We can figure out how Gunter unloaded the artifacts. We could always get it back.
That sounds more impossible than finding 5,000 francs.
I'm not gonna let you go to jail.
I believe you.
Jenny.
Colin. Oh, you look much better. I'm sorry I haven't been by to see you.
How have you been?
Mostly very well. Thank you. I was trying to remember the things you told me, that I don't have to carry the burden of Kurt's life.
Quoting me seems to be the trend in these parts. I find it somewhat distressing.
It's not getting easier, Colin. It seems I'm responsible for Kurt's debts, and perhaps I'm also responsible for getting David Grief in over his head. Oh, I'm sorry. My troubles are the last thing you need. Tell me about you.
Well, I haven't been sleeping as well as I'd like.
Every time you close your eyes, you must be back in that lifeboat.
I don't have to close my eyes to be back there.
Do you have any idea who did that to you? Have you been able to help Mauriri at all?
I'm afraid my nightmares aren't about the people who did this. I wish it was that simple. So you and David have become friends. I'm glad to hear that.
Perhaps more than just friends.
Really?
He's not what I was expecting to find here. I was very afraid that Kurt had taken away my capacity to love. But now I'm even more afraid he didn't.
Are you saying you're in love with David?
Am I fooling myself thinking he could love me? If he knew the deepest of my heart, I think he wouldn't want me.
David's not one to judge. Give him a chance before you judge yourself too harshly.
I represent the German government in Tahiti. I have responsibilities.
And she goes to prison because of some deal her lying, cheating husband made. I can't let that happen.
Why not, Grief? Does she mean something to you?
That's irrelevant. This is about justice. She's being asked to pay for something she had nothing to do with.
It's the law, which, as you know, has little to do with justice.
Don't lecture me about the law, Spitzer. Gunter broke it every time he turned around.
I know, but it's not up to me. If she can't fulfill her husband's contract, I have no choice but to expedite her arrest.
Too much power in the hands of a little man like you is a dangerous thing.
David, I just spoke with Max. The provisions are ready for us to pick up as soon as we want to.
Good. We'll do it tomorrow.
There's plenty of daylight left. Don't you
Tomorrow's
think
better,
we
Mom.
You shouldn't be here.
What did you tell him?
Exactly what you told me to. Everything is going according to plan. I do believe the man has fallen in love with you. Jenny?
Good. You thought he wouldn't?
You know, I never realized how much I disliked Grief until now. I, for one, should be glad when he's dead.
Love Arabians. Harry's not Arabian. He's from South America.
Oh, no, I didn't mean him. I meant Arabians as in horses. I have just picked up 4 of the most beautiful stallions on Macau. Oh, have you ever seen one, Lavinia? They're like ghosts. Their coats are the color of snow.
That's nice.
So have you seen David?
He's probably with his new lady friend, Jenny.
Leave town for 5 minutes and he's already in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
So where did she come from? What's she like?
Judge for yourself. Jenny, there's someone I'd like you to meet. Jenny Duval, Miss Isabel Reed.
Hello?
Hi.
Well, David didn't do you justice.
Is that so?
He thinks the world of you. Let's get together one day and trade stories.
Oh, I could probably set you straight on a thing or two. Have we met?
Oh, perhaps you know me better by my married name, Gunter.
Yeah, that's it. I saw you once with Kurt.
Where?
On Macau, shortly before he died. My condolences.
Thank you. You know, some people totally refused to talk to me when they found out. If you'll excuse me, I'll see you soon.
I'm intrigued. She was married to that snake.
Makes you wonder, huh?
Yeah, what's David up to?
It's good to see you out in the sunshine, Colin.
It's the furthest I've ventured from the house in quite a while.
Well, I've never known you to go this long without spending time in your chapel.
Yes, well. What can I do for you?
I have a friend in trouble, and there's nothing I can do to help.
Would this friend be Jenny Duval?
Yes. How did you know?
You can help her, David, in more ways than you'd ever suspect.
Is that so?
Just let her know she's not alone. But don't tell her you stand by her unless you mean it. Do you mean it?
Yes. I think I do. She's, gotten to me.
Good. You've gotten to her, too.
Is that what she said?
There's something to be said about sitting still. You hear an awful lot of things.
So what else did Jenny Duval say?
My advice to you is to go and ask her yourself.
Oh, Colin. How long are you going to solve other people's problems and not your own? Now, tell me to mind my own business if you want, but ever since we found you on that lifeboat, you haven't been the same.
This is something I have to sort out myself.
Well, you don't have to go it alone. It's up to you.
Come on, David, it's me. You and Gunter were sworn enemies. You wouldn't be wasting time and his wife if you didn't have something up your sleeve.
And that just shows how wrong you can be.
You know I'll figure it out sooner or later.
Well, you tell me. What kind of no good am I up to?
Well, Lavinia mentioned something about some missing artwork. Could be worth a lot. Maybe you plan to use a little pillow talk, figure out the quadrants, make a killing.
You're beginning to get on my nerves.
Shouldn't you cut me in on a piece of it? Just for guessing correctly?
You couldn't have it more wrong, Isabel.
Look me in the eye and tell me that you're not looking to make a score off Gunter.
You looking? I don't need to make a score off Gunter.
Then what? Oh, David. No, really. You're interested in this woman?
Take it easy on her, Isabel. She's had a rough time, losing her husband at sea, getting the cold shoulder from half the hypocrites in this town.
Yeah, but David, Kurt Gunter's widow. We all know what kind of a man he was.
Listen, we're each allowed one big mistake. That was hers, okay?
Lost those before prison?
It's not gonna happen. Not if I can help it.
Maybe you can't.
I've got some money of my own stashed away. Not enough to cover your entire debt, but enough to keep you out of jail. And if worse comes to worse, I'll put the Rattler up for collateral. What's wrong?
Stay away, don't touch me.
What did I do?
Don't touch me.
For God's sake, tell me what I did wrong.
Men are not supposed to do that. They're not noble. They're not gallant. They won't rescue you.
You've been with the wrong man. Let me help you.
I think you mean it.
I wouldn't say it if I didn't. Colin always says I can't stand not being able to help. He's right. So at least let me do what I can.
You saw Colin. That's why you do this. He told you, didn't he?
Tell me what?
That I'm falling in love with you.
No, I didn't. Perhaps I already knew. I'd like to be the first man you could really trust.
Mao.
Where the hell have you been?
I cannot stay around, Mauriri. I go back to my village.
Hey, what about my police?
Here, 10 francs, just like you gave to me.
What's going on?
It was bad, Mauriri. I get me a job, watch warehouse for a couple of weeks, mostly just sleep. Then people came, pirates. There was much shooting. I get the hell away from this place, okay?
What were they after? What was in the warehouse?
Junk, old statues, paintings, bad Chinese stuff, real old. Bad people. I gotta go, okay?
Turi, just tell me where the warehouse is. I'll give you 10 francs back.
Knew she looked familiar. Saw her with that son of a bitch, Kurt Gunter, on Mapau.
Does Dante get jumpy when you swear?
You're doing great for your first lesson.
Oh.
Just relax. He knows what he's doing.
David?
No, Dante. David doesn't know what day it is he's so smitten with Jenny. Do you think it's strange that he's fallen for Kurt Gunter's widow?
Not at all. She's lovely.
Well, yeah, but Gunter? Suppose there's no accounting for what some women will put up with. And where did she start if marrying Gunter was a step up?
Well, you don't know the half of it. It seems her dead husband left her with a debt of 5,000 francs. Jenny has to pay it or go to prison.
How did that happen?
Something to do with some artwork that was supposed to be delivered to Sir William somebody in Mapau.
William Cochrane?
Yes, that's who it was.
I could have sworn Cochrane was dead.
Isabel? Isabel, how do I stop him?
Trust him? The man did take off with your money.
He returned it. He was too scared not to be telling the truth.
Damn. Aren't you crewing on the Rattler?
Not this run.
I'm leaving on a buying trip for 3 days. When David gets back, tell him I need to talk to him.
Sure.
Ooh-wee, the mother lode.
How many of them?
2.
Should be easy enough.
You'll remember this place is packed with priceless art. It won't be any good to us if we damage it.
It's locked.
Damn, and I forgot my keys. Ah, that's no good to Jenny if it's all shut up.
Have you got any better ideas?
Yeah.
What's going on here? How do we let yourself?
Oh dear. Hey Mo, if anyone asks, it was like this when we found it, okay?
David, where did you go? I was worried.
I have a surprise for you.
I don't understand.
The rest of the collection is on the Rattler.
It's in pretty good shape, for the most part.
Hey, congratulations. Found the artwork.
I don't understand. I don't get it. How the hell did he find this warehouse?
He's David Grief. You didn't expect him to make it easy for us, did you?
What are we supposed to do now?
Shut up, Benning.
We should have killed him when we had a chance. It needs to be done, Jenny.
Would you be quiet so I can think?
What's there to think about?
He's going off half-cocked. What if he starts investigating and finds out Cochrane's dead?
Well, Cochrane does have an estate. We can cover it that way.
No, we don't have time. We need the money tonight.
Tonight may be too late.
Look, he's ready to cash out for me. You said it yourself, Spitzer. I have him where I want him. So now it's just a matter of finishing out the game.
I think you're losing your touch, Jenny.
That's not your call to make.
You look beautiful.
Thank you.
That's her, Lieutenant.
Will you come with us, please?
What the hell is going on, Lieutenant?
I'm sorry, Grief, but I've got orders.
You don't work for him.
Perhaps not, but Germany and France do have an extradition agreement, so my hands are tied. And according to my understanding, she hasn't fulfilled the contract.
Tell him.
The contract is very specific. It called for the shipment to be delivered to Sir William's estate, to the north shore of Mapao Island, not here in Tahiti.
Don't be ridiculous. That's a technicality.
I'm sorry. I must follow this through, otherwise I could lose my job.
And for that, she goes to prison.
Just till the art is delivered or the deposit is refunded.
And meanwhile, she'll have a record as a felon.
It's up to you, madame.
I don't have that kind of money.
Well, I'm sorry, I have no choice.
I'll get the money.
Don't give him anything, David.
No, it's all right. I'll get it back when we deliver the artifacts. Agree?
How will I be receiving my payment?
Meet me at the telegraph office in 2 hours.
I will see you there, Captain Grief.
Have I finished with this unpleasantness?
Yes. Wonderful how it all works out for everyone in the end.
Come on.
David, let's just take the money and sail away. We could lose ourselves. They'd never find us.
Don't worry. It'll be fine.
Captain Grief. I'm sorry. According to the bank, you can't cover the amount.
Tell them to take it from my other account. The business account.
You know, I'd feel a bit bitter about this job if we were actually getting paid for it.
Well, money's not the only thing that matters, Mo.
Sure, it just helps feed my family.
Mauriri, there's something I've been meaning...
David! I'm glad I caught you. There's something you should know.
Oh, can you make it quick? We've got to be on Mapao Beach in 72 hours.
And you could be delivering that to a dead man.
What are you talking about?
When I was on Mapao, I swear I heard that the man who owns the estate on the north side of the island had died.
If this is true, Benning's trying to pull a fast one on Jenny.
You already gave Benning your money, didn't you?
It gets even worse. He left from Mapao this morning.
You sure that's where he went?
Yeah. If he is pulling a scam, he wants the money and the artifacts. As long as I got the artifacts, I got leverage.
What are you going to do?
Get to Mapao, see how badly I've been fooled.
I've come to do my interview.
I'm not writing that article anymore.
People have a right to know what happened out there, and it's your job to tell them.
If it's that painful for you, Colin, then it's not worth it.
It's not just about me anymore. It's about what those people believed in me and what I truly felt in my heart.
And what did you feel?
I asked them to pray to a God I believed had deserted me. I asked them to have faith when I had none. It's taken me until now to realize how to get it back. If we can't accept ourselves with all our flaws, how can we ever keep faith?
Perhaps you didn't lose your faith. Perhaps you gave it to the others so that they would survive.
Whether you believe it or not, Colin, you saved them.
Why does it feel like things are starting to spin out of control?
Come on, Mom. Don't say that.
Somebody has to say it, David. This is a woman who was married to your sworn enemy.
She's not involved in this. She's a victim. Banning is scamming her.
You're probably right. I just don't want to see you fall so in love with Jenny. You're blind to other possibilities.
You usually accuse me of being the cynic.
I'm your best friend, David. I'd like nothing more than to help prove you right. Just tell me what you want to do.
Find William Cochrane.
Mātou uma e iloa William. E toa tele o mātou e whainga luenga ia William.
Yes, the village knew William Cochrane. He employed many of their tribe.
Ua mātou pa noa noa I le tala o ti.
They were saddened when...
Cochrane is dead, isn't he? How did he die?
I see I le mea woki ai.
Le ai sesi na iloa le whaalawalewa. E toa tele mātou pa pēr nā whasioti.
No one knows for sure. They say it was an accident.
A Cochrane nā whasioti.
But Kirok doesn't think so. He thinks he was murdered.
What makes him think that?
I see I le mea wo oki whasioi.
E anga nā le se tino.
Because of the other body.
Le tino lea, tape mai, le vai. Nā upa vai, lea la tino.
The body washed up ashore. Kirok preserved it.
Why would he do that?
Well, Kirok believes that in preserving the white man's body, he will inherit his abilities.
Shot in the back.
Ganze. He was murdered.
How long until we get to the north side of the island?
In about an hour.
Who wanted Ganze dead?
Who didn't?
Do you think the same person that killed Gunter also killed Sir William?
Banning.
Banning? He doesn't have enough guts to shoot anybody, even in the back.
There is one other possibility. She did lie about how her husband died. She said he was lost at sea.
Maybe she didn't know. He used to beat her, you know.
No, I didn't. Or maybe one day she had enough. He wouldn't stop, so she shot him.
Self-defense? Would you blame her for lying about that?
Come on, David. Ganze wasn't killed in self-defense. He was executed in cold blood.
Yeah? Well, not the woman I know. She's not capable of that.
Isn't it possible that she isn't the woman you think she is?
So it's all a ruse. Jenny, Spitzer, Banning, they're all in it together. Hell, even Morley and the Queen of England, too.
What I'm saying...
Don't! We're not having this conversation. Let's deal with what we know for sure. Banning is waiting to exchange the artifacts for the money.
Except if he's as rotten as we think, he has no intention of making the exchange. We're sailing into a trap.
Not anymore. And whatever happens, we take Banning alive.
Why?
Because I need to know the truth.
You take him down when they finish unloading. When the job's done, I want you to get over to the telegraph office. Send a message to Jenny Duval on Metavai. Mission accomplished. Got that?
Let's go.
Hold it right there! Don't move!
Now, do you want your deposit back in cash? As a check? Or will you settle for lead?
The hell?
Looking for me?
Put them down now.
So, who put you up to this, Banning? Who are you working with?
Oh, you might say we had help from a certain crowd.
Spitzer. Banning's done a runner. At least he's told us who's behind this.
I hope so.
Something's just come in for you, Mr. Val.
Thank you.
Outside.
Spitzer! Is he dead?
He got away.
Reef's alive.
And on his way back. He may already know everything. We have to kill him tonight.
I know the perfect place. Follow me.
Lieutenant, we have reason to believe Consul Spitzer is behind all this. He should be brought in for interrogation immediately.
Well, I can bring him in, but he won't say much. Spitzer's body was found floating in the bay this morning.
Jenny.
She was gone before I woke up. She fooled everyone, David.
But of all people, I should have known.
Broken hearts heal. I promise you.
This may have cost me more than my heart. This time I may have gone too far.
This was here for you.
David, my love, I don't know if you can ever believe me, but Klaus Spitzer was a dangerous man. He made threats, and I had to kill him. A better woman would have looked you in the eye and told you this, but I never was good enough for you. You wanted to be the first man I let myself trust. You are. It's myself I can't trust. I'll always love you, David, no matter what happens. Jenny.